Lauren, y'all had 27 assists in this game. I mean, just how locked in you think this team is with each other, the chemistry that y'all have. 27 and 33 baskets is just insane. But, from your point of view as the point guard, I mean, what's your thoughts on y'all's chemistry right now, how y'all are being able to run your offense?
Yeah, I think we're just learning each other more. We're just improving as a team every single day. We're fully aware that it could be anybody's night any day. Just we're always feeding the high hand and, sharing the ball. I see it a lot more in practice. Like, everybody's, looking for the extra pass and all that stuff. So it's good basketball. And, it's about to be March, so we want to keep going up.
Jerk, we're coming to expect the 19 points, but 9 rebounds, 4 blocks, 4 steals. I guess just how locked in were you on the defensive end, and what was clicking for you there?
Just going out playing my hardest, just doing all the little things, especially on defense. Like Lauren said, March is coming up, so we're just trying to, work on the little things and small things and talking, and just being active and just being, doing the things that my team needs me to do.
Back to Robbie here in the front.
Jerk, 42 points in the paint. It seemed like y'all found some gaps in that defense and were able to attack it. I mean, coming in, was that the game plan to try to get those high percentage shots and connect in the paint?
Yes. Georgia, they have a really well defended 3-2 that they play, like an extended 3-2. So our focus was just finding the sweet spots, going into the middle area and just playing power ball with, we have bigs like Jessica Carter and Aaron Barnum, and then obviously shooters like Lauren and Debrisha and Dee that can knock it down. So just finding the sweet spots and just slowing it down when we get in there and just being patient and poised.
Nyanga, obviously you were working your way back from an injury, kind of start SEC play. I mean, since you returned, the team's had a lot of success. What did you kind of seen from this team that has kind of made them flip the switch from what you saw while you were sitting on the bench to what you see now when you're back in action?
I think from sitting out to now, the one big difference is the team just starting to find their rhythm, find the groove, and building our chemistry together. We're starting to know each other's spots, and I think that's been the big difference. We really are just becoming one, and I think ever since getting injured, I'm just finding my way back into that. But they're making it really easy, so yeah.
Bring it Ben here in the front.
Lauren, when you're orchestrating this offense, you've got players in the interior like Jess and Aaron. Both of them, had their shot going both in the paint and from the mid range. Just how nice is it to just have multiple options down low that you can have who have the size advantage most of the time?
Yeah, that's why I came here. Really like to play with Jess, to play with Aaron. They're both, in my opinion, WNBA draft picks, and they make the game a lot easier for all of us, especially as guards. Having such a big post presence down there, it makes the game so much easier for us.
Back to Stephon here in the front.
Lauren, I'm curious. Yesterday and obviously with the game today, y'all were celebrating National Girls and Women in Sports Day. I guess just what does that day kind of mean for y'all as a team, and how important was it to kind of go out and play like that, with that day having been yesterday?
Yeah, I think it means a lot, especially because, the women's basketball game is on the up and up right now. Everybody's tuned into women's basketball. So it's just, like Coach Sam always says, it's a good time to be a woman in sports. I don't know if anybody's seen that message from my mom, but, just seeing that from her and her kind words to me, that meant so much to me. So yeah, it's just a great time to be a woman in sports right now. Kind of jealous that I won't be able to do it next year.
You can. Actually.
Question into that.
Kind of question for any of y'all if y'all want to answer it. You have both teams wearing the pink jerseys tonight. I guess just how cool is it to go out and get a win, just knowing you're representing a pretty good cause in breast cancer awareness?
Oh yeah, it means a lot. Especially because I have a couple people in my life that have been, touched by breast cancer and stuff like that. So, it's always bigger than you, so you go out there and you play for something bigger than yourself, and I think that means a lot to all of us.
Final question here, Robbie in the front.
Jerk, I know Aaron kind of struggled the first few conference games, but last 2 games especially, she's been really locked in. What have you seen from her that's been clicking and allowing her to kind of bring out that all-conference type player that you saw last year at Arkansas?
Erin's a beast, really. We really were just waiting on her to we had to just bring it out of her. But Erin's a beast. She's locked in. She's focused. She's put time into it. She's dedicated, as you can see, it's starting to show. She's been hooping these last 2 games, so she's really a dog. I just can't say. This is why we got her. But no, I'm proud of her. She's been doing great. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you guys.
Good night, America.
Yeah, just again a proud coach. I got a special team, and then just most important, it felt great to be back home after 2 hard road games. For 6,000 again after our men played last night again is why this is one of the best jobs in the country. Women's basketball and also men's basketball is valued. And then I'm just again. There's so many things that happen in this game. One of the biggest moments for me was Goni. Goni didn't play at all the first half, and then I put her in. I thought her minutes right there were huge in the press. Gave us a little momentum, and then my team's just focused right now to finish 4 quarters. And for us to win all 4 quarters, I couldn't be more of a happy coach.
Let's start here with Robbie in the front.
You've scored more points, but did that feel like one of your more efficient games offensively, just from taking care of the basketball, the 27 assists on 33 made baskets, getting everybody involved?
Yeah, 100%. It was beautiful. Again, it starts with Lauren Park Lane. I mean, she just has a way that everybody feels comfortable. She creates easy shots, and then Jessica Carter just taking up space. It's like, how do you want to guard us? Do you want to send 2 at Jess? Okay, then everybody else is open. If you want to press on the outside, well, Jess, you get one-on-one coverage. So when you have those many options as a team, I'm the luckiest coach in the world.
Stephon here in the front.
Y'all held them to 12 points in the paint.
Yeah.
Averaging 29 points in the paint, for them this season. What do you think of the defense inside and what was clicking for y'all there?
Yeah, I stayed with a big lineup. I told them I had kind of some awkward rotations. I went a lot more minutes with Aaron and Jess in together because they are so strong. So I needed to keep big on big. Sometimes you can see I go a 4-guard lineup. So I just wanted to be committed to take away their inside presence by keeping more bigs out there. And then I even thought Near was awesome. Even there at that block at the end. And again, I know we live in a society with, everybody wants big stats, but for 2 points here, a rebound here, a block here, I couldn't be more happy with my freshman class with Jazz, Near, and help me out here, Miracle, sorry, duh. With those kids, everybody's contributing, everybody's coming in, and we're just finding a way together.
Here in the back.
Coach Jacayla had 4 blocks and 4 steals tonight. What did you think about her defensive game tonight?
Awesome. I mean, she's always been she's always been known for her defense, and her offensive game just continues to come. I thought that post up she had on the offense end was huge, but like to your point, there was times where they drove it, and she just came up with huge defensive stops. The kid is special. She's determined, but most importantly, she knows she can gamble at times because she's got her teammates have her back. So again, just a shout out to our team. That's a special group.
Staying here in the front with Ben.
Underrated part of Darion Rogers' game is her passing ability too. She had 7 assists off the bench. What's that say about the way she was able to distribute the ball and find a bunch of open teammates?
Yeah, I love that kid. I told y'all if you go back to the old press clip, and she's going to do stuff that I just got to let her go. It was funny. I think it was 5:30 on the clock in the 4th quarter, and I was like, bring it out. She throws a bullet pass, and I was like, heck of a pass. She just makes you look good, but she has a nose for the game. That's why I trust her at the end of the game, always taking the ball out of bounds, because as good a shooter she is, she's just as good as passer.
Robbie here in the front.
I know you get aggravated with some of us talking about stats, but Aaron really struggled to make shots consistently early in the SEC schedule. I think she was like 2 for 17 first few games, and she just seems locked in right now.
Yeah.
Even hit a 3
Yeah.
tonight. I think 17 of 23 or something the last 2 ball games. Anything different from her lately, or is it just finally just clicking?
Yeah, well, we moved her. She don't take the ball out of bounds. I kind of challenged her by putting her in the 3 slot, so she sprints up the floor. She really is a guard almost, really. She's like the Charles Barkley of the men's basketball, where she's just a unique body. She can post up, she can drive it. So I put her at the 3. So I think some of your stats you're seeing is keeping her close to the basket, where she had some huge rebounds tonight. It also puts in a slot where, like, do I guard her with a guard or a post? And then I think she's really good at rip drives and baseline shots. So I think it's more of just making sure I put her on the right spot of the floor. And then then last but not least, it's a testimony to her character. When you have a fifth year, they understand how special this season is. She's enjoying every second, but also she's putting the work in behind the scenes.
You guys are at the 20-win mark already. It's 5 in a row now. I mean, what do you think has kind of clicked for this team in this recent stretch to, have the success and put yourselves in a spot where, you're playing for big opportunities here in February?
Yeah, it's people. I keep saying I've got a special group, and it has to go all the way from the freshman to the fifth year. They all came here for this vision, and this vision's real. It is. It is. And we got to stay hungry. And now, have we arrived? No, we haven't. But it's real. All right, and they're believing. And the best thing about wins is you start stacking wins, and the next thing you know, you got chemistry. When you got chemistry and you play in front of one of the best fan bases in the country, then you got ooh-wee. And we got a little bit of all that along with some pink shoes by your boy over here. All right, I'm lit up, they're lit up, so let's keep lighting this thing up.
Jack, you're in the back.
Sam, we obviously saw the pink uniforms tonight and your pink shoes as well. I guess just kind of talk about going out and playing for such a good cause and breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I taught to them, the simple message. First of all, obviously it's emotional for me because when you talk about sports, sometimes we get so caught up in the wrong things. We're talking about battling, playing hard. Are you kidding me? To think what the color pink means and the breast cancer survivors and those who have lost somebody because of cancer, I try to put it in perspective for my young women. There's bigger issues than us trying to figure out how to score 2 points. So let's go out there and give honor for what this game is and play for those who have lost somebody or are battling through cancer. And that's the biggest thing we could do. And I thought my young women have done that in the Texas A&M game and now this. And then National Girls and Women's Sports Day. Obviously I'm very partial to the sport because, one, I coach it, but I got 3 little daughters. And it's really cool when I have some legends on my staff like Michelle Clark-Hurd, who's been in the game forever. She's seen women's basketball change like no other. And to hear her testimony and her story is unbelievable. It gives me goosebumps. And then you got Muriel Page, who was one of the, I call them OGs in the WNBA. She was one of the first ones. And then now look at the opportunities that are in the WNBA. Then I get goosebumps because think about our LSU game. All right, how many people got to watch women's basketball on a national stage? And we've been fighting for this space, and it's here. But we also have a responsibility to produce and keep this torch lit, and we're doing that. And then outside of that, like I told my young women, the narrative has changed. It's not just little girls, too. There was a lot of little boys, and they love and they have a lot of respect because these women are special. So it was just a great week, and I couldn't be more happy to be the head coach here at Mississippi State.
Final question here, Robbie, in the front.
Just kind of full circle from last year when you, as you said, y'all got embarrassed up there at Georgia, and this is the coach that you have a lot of respect for defensively. To see how far your team's come from that moment to today, and you really haven't had a whole lot of games like that since.
Right.
How big of a turning point do you feel like that game was for you last year to kind of bring you to this point?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, like I said, I was embarrassed. I always keep it real with y'all. I'm never going to say something just for media. I always keep it 100. I was embarrassed. It was the worst butt whooping I've ever had. And the one thing about me in my life, if I get my butt whipped, I'm going to try to find a way not to have it happen twice. So I watched a lot of film, but try to come in with a better game plan. But you know what? It's all a shout out to the players. Players make plays. So it's my job just to try to simplify it. I thought last year I did too much. And then this year I try to put them in simpler plays and let them make plays. And I thought Jakayla, the first 2 plays and a play we put in, she came off, hit a free throw line jumper, and the next one she made a dump pass. And at that point you're like, okay, they're a different zone team. And it just set the tone. And then obviously, like I said, Jessica Carter's the best post player in the country. And what she did tonight with 18 and 12. Are you kidding me? And they're fronting her, they're behind her, but she just finds a way. I got a special team and a special opportunity in front of us, but we got to stay hungry. Don't be satisfied. We'll celebrate tonight, but back to work tomorrow.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.